Brother Musician here. I want to try to make this quick. Today I want to talk about how to play in different keys. I get asked a lot, Kevin, how do I strengthen my playing in my keys that I'm not as strong in? Like, I'm really good in C, but if you ask me to play a song in D flat, I can't do it. I'm really good in E, but I struggle in G. Can you help me? How do I do that? And for me, let me say, because I used to think like just certain keys just used to scare me, and I just wouldn't fool with them. Like, oh no, what key is that? Oh no, that's the devil's key. I'm not touching that key. And what I found out that there's no key that's like just, oh gosh, I can't do it. I can't. No, the thing is, when you learn songs, a lot of them are usually in the same, in certain keys. And the more you play in certain keys, the more comfortable you become. And if you're not careful, you just won't branch out and you'll just stay. So if I'm playing a lot of church music and a lot of the stuff is in A flat, I'm going to be strong in A flat. And it's not because A flat is just so weak here or it's so easy. It's just because I've had to learn a lot of songs A flat, and now I'm pretty fluid. But now you take me to A, and it's like, now I'm looking down at the keyboard. I'm praying to God as I'm like, Lord, please help me hit the right chords, God. I don't know what's next. Let her modulate to B flat or something. And you know why? You know why it is? I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why I struggled in certain keys and why you struggle in certain keys and how to improve in that. And again, it has nothing to do with certain keys just being, impossible. No, it's simply a matter of you practicing, putting in the time, spending time with those keys. If I'm good at A flat, but I'm not strong in A lot of that has to do with, I guarantee you, if you look at the amount of time I've spent in A flat and the amount of time I've spent in A, it's a huge difference. And a lot of times we're trying to fellowship with certain keys. We want to be in relationship with certain keys, but we don't even know those keys like that. We don't spend any time with those keys. I'm preaching right now. I checked my inbox earlier this morning, and I saw a message from a brother. I'd never seen him before. He said, "Hey man, I don't normally do this, but can you send me some money?" And I'm just sitting there like, "Hey, like, who are you? I don't know you. Can you introduce yourself first? I don't have any relationship with you. You couldn't ask anybody else. You just come to ask me." And that's the same way A feels when you're trying to come and play these chords. A is like, "Hey, who are you? You haven't touched me in 3 weeks. you haven't touched me in 3 weeks. I haven't heard from you. You haven't been home. You haven't called. And now all of a sudden here you are. You just want to play, and you just think I'm just going to go to all these different chords for you." A is like, no. You gotta spend some time with A if you wanna do this thing right. You spend time with A. You say, "Hey A, how you doing, A?" A like, "Whoa, you speaking to me?" You're like, "Hey A, yeah, I know I've been a little neglectful. I've been hanging with the black keys, B flat and A flat and D flat and E flat. But I just want to see how you doing." A is like, "Oh, I'm doing fine." You like, "Oh, yeah, I'm doing fine too." And then you just talking. Next thing you know, you get a little more fluid in A. And you just keep talking, spending more time with A, more practice time. Next thing you know, when a preacher is talking and doing prayer, you're not even playing the prayer music A flat no more. Now you in A. Because you got it comfortable. Hey, I feel something right now. Because you've been spending time with A. You've been communing with A. fancy. Oh, now you put new chords in. You like, people like, oh, what did you do? How did you get so strong? You're like, me and A, we've been kicking it on the low. We spent some time together, just about an hour every day, just me and A. We just talking. That's how you hear me doing this stuff now. Oh, you pulling out scales in A. Oh, they like, oh, how did you get so much better in A? And you just looking like, yeah, that's my girl. That's my girl A. You see what I'm saying? It's that simple. If you want to get stronger in a key, start practicing in that key. You have to spend time in that key. If you're playing basketball, I'm right-handed. So I was always dribbling with my right hand. Left hand is not as strong. Why? Is this the enemy? Is the enemy on my left hand? The enemy refuses to let this left hand dribble the ball with the anointing that the right hand has? No. It's just a matter of time. I'm not spending time. So it's the same. If you want to get better on something, start spending time in those weaker areas. Force yourself to start spending time in A, in the flat keys. Everybody has their stronger and weaker keys. But whatever that weaker key is, when you practice, like say you learn a song and you learn a song in E flat. You learn the song and now you can get up from the keyboard or whatever your instrument is and go about your business. But what if you learn the song, okay, let me see if I can play this same song that I just learned a half step higher in my weaker key in E. And you practice that. Now, the song was going to be done in E flat, but now since you're practicing it and you're spending time in this weak key, when the time comes for you to play in E, you're going to be a little more confident because you've spent time with E. You've communed with E. You and E have relationship together. Hey, I'm preaching right now. So, if you want to get better, you spend some time. And like I say, when you're playing for a program or a service and somebody's talking, there's all kind of moments where there's soft worship music. They call it talk music a lot of times. Instead of playing that talk music, because this is what y'all do a lot of times. You play the talk music in the key you real strong in, and you got your Facebook Live going, and you're doing all the faces for everybody that's watching it, and then people kind of like, oh, he killed it. No, take that time while you're playing talk music. Take that time and start playing the talk music in one of your weaker keys. Now, you may not be able to, and see if you can do those drops. You may not be able to do all those drops, but just see. And that's a good way, like I say, you're spending time, you're fellowshipping with A, with whatever that weaker key is. And then the cool thing about it is, even if you kind of hit a wrong chord and it ain't all the way tight, it's not going to be like an ugly incident because, again, you're playing background music. So you're just kind of doing your thing. So use that time to kind of practice. And I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but for me, when I started coming up, I'm like, okay, let's say I'm good in D flat, but I'm not good in D. So what I had to start doing, I had to start transposing the long way manually. So it's like, okay, the chords are like, okay, take it up a half step. Well, I don't know what that is. Okay, you don't know what that is, so I had to go the long way. I would do this. Okay, so that, if I take it up a half step, it's this. Just move everything up one. So it's this. Okay, what's the third chord? Okay, let me go back to the first key. Okay, so if this is that in B flat, if I take everything up a half, so that's what it is in D. And that's literally how I learned how to play in different keys And I still use that method now. Now, of course, once you know theory and know your numbers and different things, you can start using stuff that way. You know, like, okay, it's just 1, 4, 6, and then you kind of look at it that way as well. But ultimately, the key, the secret, is just start spending time with those other, get to know those other keys. Come on, those other keys are not that bad. Come on, no key discrimination. Ha! Come on. Come on. Whatever that weak key is, get it in your mind. What's that key? What's that key that you struggle with, that you're not as fluid in? That key needs love too. Ooh, I need some soft music for this. That key just wants a little time. Ooh, I feel something right now. That key, it's calling out. Just come play me. Come play. You never play me. You come on. And as you play in that key, I feel something right now. Let me stop. It's getting too long. Okay, so that's the lesson for today. I'll be back tomorrow. Y'all have a great day.